Hey there. So I'm back again because I am trying to be dedicated and consistent with creating some type of video about the things that I use to grow into a better me. Anywho, so what I wanted to share today is a tool that I mentioned in a prior video. I mentioned in my life plan video, and that is doing a review. Weekly reviews, quarterly reviews, monthly reviews. They're pretty in-depth processes, and I want to get the minimum viable solution for my reviews. But I'm going to share with you one piece of my weekly review, which is the weekly assessment that I created using Typeform as a way to process through my week. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, show you how I use it, and then show you the little dance party that I have every time I complete a weekly review assessment because it's awesome. So as you can see here, like consistency in that Be Okay branding that I started back in 2012. So I just asked myself, how was my week? And let's see. So I start my review by asking myself what Monday's date was, which I believe this past Monday was the 10th, and how I'm feeling today, which typically I'm taking this assessment or doing this review on a Sunday. So it's the last day of the week, and it's how am I feeling today when I think about the week. Okay, so once we know how we're feeling today, let's talk about the week. On a scale from awful to awesome, how was the week? Well, for me, a great way to figure that out is actually look at my calendar from the week, my overly color coded calendar. So if I look at the 10th through the Sunday, this past Sunday, I can see what all has gone on in my week. I can see what happened at work, who I talked to in my family, that I went on date night, that I got some stuff taken care of in my home. I have the areas of my calendar color coordinated with those priority areas in my life plan. So when I look at my time holistically, I can see what I'm giving the majority of my time to. Now, obviously, there's a lot of white space during my work hours at my day job. Typically, that's because I don't want to book my full work calendar saying work. So I only leave that space for meetings and things like that. But I know for the most part, that I'm working during these times. And sometimes there may be some personal things that are work related. So like weekly jumpstart, that's cleaning out my email inbox, blah, 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 that's happening during the work week. But overall, I can see what's happened in this past week and use that to make an assessment. And based on this past week, it was a pretty great week. So I'm going to give it, oh, bedtime alarm. Going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I already took the liberty of writing some of these things out, but based on my calendar and some other tools that I use to do reflection on a daily basis, like the 5-minute journal app, the 1 second every day app, I can ask myself, okay, what am I really happy about that happened this week? What am I proud of or grateful for? So I've written those things down in Evernote. I'm just going to add them here. So these are 10 things that I'm proud of, grateful for, and happy about that happened this week. And then I asked myself, what didn't happen this week? What can I improve on? I took the liberty of writing those as well. So this past week, while I did go grocery shopping and have amazing time with Donovan and spent great time with family and friends, I did not finish my personal mission statement. Um, and, while I did take care of some things around the house, I didn't get the key duplicate from my landlord like she's asked me to do several times already. And did not update my April goals, update my quarterly goals, but did not update my goals for the month of April. And we're already halfway through April, which is really embarrassing. So that's what I didn't get done this week. So then I asked myself, based on my personal mission statement, which obviously you can see here needs to be updated, but I make sure elements of my mission statement are in my weekly reviews. So as I'm asking myself how I'm performing in life, I'm holding myself true to my mission. So my current mission statement is to enhance the way people enjoy, understand, experience, and interact with themselves and the world around them. For me, it's kind of stale now. That doesn't excite me. It doesn't wake me up and make me feel like, oh, that's the work I want to do. But that was my mission statement when I created it a few years ago. And so I ask myself each week, am I performing on that mission statement? Did I enhance enjoyment for myself or others? I would say yes. Did I enhance life experience or the way people experience their life? for myself or others. And I include myself in my mission statement because sometimes we don't include ourselves in our target audience and we miss out, right? You want to be the change you want to see in the world. That means it impacts you too. So, life experience for myself or others, I didn't really work on that this week. Um, Enhancing understanding for myself and or others, I did do this week. And then enhancing interactions for myself or others, I did work on that this week. So, little bit of work on my mission. I didn't fully deliver on my old mission statement this week. Again, working on that mission statement. So then I asked myself, how aligned were my habits and behaviors this week with my current goals? In order to answer this, I have a personal chaos inventory that I use monthly, and I can look to see if there are any warning signs from that are currently true, and that'll tell me if I'm in alignment with my habits or behaviors or not. Um, but a really quick way to do this for me, because typically I don't have a lot of habits or behaviors that I find unacceptable. There are really a few key things that I'm keeping track of that I know when I'm on top of those things, I'm on top of all my habits and behaviors. And that's how much water I drink. And in another episode, I keep saying episodes like this is a show, but in another video, I'll review this water bottle that I got, the Hydrate Spark to track water. So, am I in alignment with how much water I'm supposed to be drinking in a week? I have an app that tells me that. Have I been getting the amount of sleep that I said is positive for me? I can look at that. And then, and these are all things within my personal goals, right? My body, mind, spirit goals, they all fit within, have I meditated enough this week? Those things. So if I were to quickly look at things like my Pillow app, which tells me how much sleep I've gotten this week, I could see actually all these apps too that I use to look at my overall goals and habits and things like that. I had to do another episode for that because there's so many. They all link into the health app on my iPhone. So I can quickly see for mindfulness for the past week that I meditated every day for the amount of time that I want to meditate for. So that habit is in alignment. When I look at nutrition and I look at water, when I look at the week, oh, it's so bad. I can see, I don't know if you can see this, but I can see the amount of water that I drank deteriorate over the time of this week. And on average, I only drink 48.4 ounces instead of the average 64 I should be drinking. So that takes 1 star off of my 5 potential stars, right? And then if I look at, like I said, sleep is another habit that I'm working on. It's part of my personal goals. Did I sleep at least 7 hours this week on average? I look at this app and I can see, wow, my daily average was 7 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm good there. I don't have to take a star off. And that's how I go through assessing, it typically moves a little faster than this, but assessing whether I was on par with my habits or behaviors. Food is a little trickier for me. I do food journal using Grit Diary, and I could look really quickly. I don't know if you can see this, but the way Grit Diary works is you can add pictures. So I can quickly scroll through the images of food that I ate this week and assess, like, okay, was I being a good girl when it comes to my food? And as I scroll through, I see I ate a lot of salads this week, drank a lot of smoothies, even made some recipes at home. So I would say my habits were pretty freaking good this week. So I'm going to give myself a 4 out of 5. So once I know how my habits aligned for the week, I'm going to ask myself what 2 to 5 things I want to accomplish this coming week that relate to my yearly goals. So I want to make sure the small steps I'm taking are leading back to that bigger goal that I have for the year. And like you saw earlier in this assessment, I didn't complete my goals for April for the month, but I do have my yearly goals. So I'll use an example of my goal sheet from March. And you can see some of my yearly goals are things like having an open and active sacral chakra, or increasing my health and body score on my yearly review, on my monthly review, which is a different video. It might have been a video I posted before this one. Or attend a workshop or class, or have 52 dates. So some things that I know for sure I'm going to do this next week, so I'm not going to put it on the assessment. It's like go on dates with Donovan. I've been pretty consistent with doing those. These numbers are actually a little older because it's halfway through April and I've updated the quarterly progress without the monthly actions. Um, so one thing that I can probably work on is getting more solid plans for Team Awesome Day, which will be the announcement party for the marriage that I and my husband went through in January. Um, I could also work on figuring out the logistics for the hang gliding experience that I'm planning with my dad this summer. So I go through my yearly goals and I write out specific actions that I will do in this coming week. And I make a note to myself to keep in mind that the majority of my time should be spent on activities that leverage my natural talents and strengths, and everything should be in alignment with my values. So if I'm spending time with things that don't land in my strengths quadrants, which is a whole nother video because I love StrengthsFinder, or there are things that I can delegate, I wouldn't be doing those. I can't delegate the hang gliding thing to my dad because he's not going to do it. So I'm going to find the place where we can hang glide. And actually, I talked to my dad today, and he wanted to see if my brother was interested because that would help convince him to drive the 2 hours outside of Daytona to do that. So call Brandon about hang gliding because that is on my vision board to hang glide with my dad. That's one of my adventure goals. And then I want to post 5 more videos this week. And that ties to one of my yearly goals for career is to make $10,000 from an alternative revenue stream. I don't know what that is, but I feel like posting videos at least gets me in the habit of creating content in the event that content is one of those goals. Don't know what the specific monthly goal I have is for that yet, but we'll see. And then because of my goal of getting my body score to an 8 in my reviews, my monthly reviews, I want that average to be 8 for the whole year. I'm going to say complete my WildFit videos, which is an online series I'm doing with Mindvalley right now. So those are the 3 things that I want to focus on this week. And obviously, these are just examples that I'm doing because I'm recording a video right now, but it probably would be more along the lines of finish writing my April goals, right? Or some of those things that I said I didn't complete. And then moving into the future week, this coming week, what am I looking forward to? So again, for this, I refer to my calendar. And you would think people in their head would naturally know what it is they're looking forward to. I can say off the top of my head, I'm looking forward to going to see a play with my friend Cornetta on Friday. But really, my brain is really, really, really a focus tool. I learned that from Tiago Forte's Get Things Done class. Like, the brain is a focus tool, not a storage tool. So I took that probably to an extreme and don't store anything in my brain. Everything is stored in Todoist, Evernote, and my calendar. So if I look at my calendar, I can see what's coming up for this week, which is a pretty light week. So I have a college fair that I'm looking forward to. If I were doing this on Sunday, which I normally would, I could see that I was looking forward to this day off and the things I do with it. But yeah, I look at the calendar, see if there are things like, oh, there's a hoop dance workshop at the Fly House on Saturday and a Blaxploitation film night. I might be looking forward to both of those. Here's that play that I was talking about. And if there's not a lot that I'm looking forward to in the week when I'm doing this assessment, this is a great chance to start to plug some of those things in. So as I notice, I don't have date night on this calendar. So maybe I can look forward to a date by inviting Donovan to one of these events, right? Or I can set up I have a facial and eyebrow arch coming up because I have flex time this week. I'm looking forward to that. So I put those things in the assessment. So I'm looking forward to eyebrow, facial combo. I'm looking forward to, not combo. Looking forward to time with Netta, which is one of my best friends. I'm looking forward to seeing Ben's play. And I'm looking forward to a rad date night. Typically, this is much longer, but that's an example. Now, this is the best part of the weekly review. So you've asked yourself all these questions and I submitted. The week is finished, and then I have a dance party with Oprah with our drinks. Normally, I have a drink, I have that water in my hand, and I'm like this with Oprah. I'm like, yes, the week is finished, boo. Ah. And I literally sit in front of my computer and dance in gratitude for reviewing another week of my life. So that is a tool that I use weekly. As you see on my calendar, I have time to do this actual exercise scheduled. So I'm doing it now with you guys. And it's almost my bedtime. But I'm doing it now with you guys because I want to share it in a video format. But every week I have this scheduled. This end of week review is Sunday morning. The thing that I do to make sure I know where my life is. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If you have any questions about a weekly review, if you want a digital version of your own review to get results from like that type form that I've created, just shoot me a message and I can send you one. Maybe it costs money. I don't know because Typeform isn't free for sending results to different email addresses. We'll figure it out. Hit me up. Love you. Bye.